It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
Yeah.
My name is Adam Meyer, and I'm the student body president of Vanderbilt Student Government, and the NuPes do indeed run the yard, period.
This is Dr. Frank Dobson, Director of the Bishop Johnson Black Cultural Center, and I want to talk about the contributions that the Kappas have made to Vanderbilt University. In particular, this year they brought in Godfrey Dillard, who is an alumnus of some note. He was one of the first African-American athletes at Vanderbilt, along with Perry Wallace, and to bring in Godfrey Dillard was an important chapter because students need to know the full history of blacks at Vanderbilt, and I'm indebted as director of the Black Cultural Center that they brought in Mr. Godfrey Dillard, because without him that history of our existence on this campus is incomplete. So again, I'd like to thank the Kappas for their leadership throughout the year with all of their various programs, for their modeling how to be involved in the campus community as well as in the outer community through their philanthropic and community service. And as they say, the NuPes run the yard, period.
I'm Desmond Dennis, president of the Theta Beta chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Throughout the year, we had a lot of opportunities to work with the naughty Neuro NuPes, and the one thing I can say about these men is that they're professional and punctual. Yeah, you know, I am a Q, and of course we like to think that we run the yard in every sense of the word, but with their acronym for NuPes run the yard, period, I feel like it's necessary for me to say, the NuPes run the yard, period.
Hi, I'm Sierra Lockett, president of the National Black MBA Association, and I enjoy working with Kappa Alpha Psi at our student loans and student credit events because they are really professional and really smooth, and they know how to get things done on time. So just remember that the NuPes run the yard, period.
I'm Darius Robinson, president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated here on Vanderbilt's campus. I appreciate when the NuPes speak every time they see one of us. It's a real good thing, the mutual respect we have between each other, and that's it, I guess. Period, by the way. Period. End of sentence.
When you talk about organizational leaders, there are no two greater men leading the MPHC community than the great Reverend Jeremy Williams and the Honorable Nate Marshall. Talk about leadership. Respected young men who know what they're doing and people look to them for advice.
My name is Brandy Smith. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Admissions here at Vanderbilt University. And when I think of the Brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi, I think of all the great contributions they have brought to not only our campus but to our undergraduate admissions office. I think of Nate Marshall and all the work that he has done with our Mosaic Committee and making sure that when students come for that one weekend they really get a great sense of what Vanderbilt has to offer, all the way to thinking of Jeremy Williams, who's one of our student workers who anytime we need something done, he will do it in a timely and an efficient manner. And so for that, I thank them, and I'm so glad that the NuPes run the yard.
Hi, I'm Matt Goldstein. I'm the former president of Phi Gamma Delta, and I'm the current IFC Attorney General. One of the great experiences I had with the Brothers at Kappa Alpha Psi was when we did a poster making event to support the Vanderbilt football team. I had a great experience with them, working with Nate Marshall, Jeremy Williams. You know, they're a great group of guys. I fully endorse them as a great chapter on campus and in their campaign to promote their period. NuPes run the yard, period.
My name is Ashley Dial, and I am the president of the Sigma Delta chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. This year, in the fall semester, we worked with Neuro for the midnight breakfast during their mini week. We had a really great time, you know, served food to students as well as talked about Green Dot campaign. And as far as Neuro goes, they're the most helpful chapter that I've ever met on campus, and anytime that I ever need help with anything, or anyone else really needs help with anything, they're always willing to come out and help. And NuPes run the yard, period.
Good morning. I'm Richard McCarty. I'm the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at Vanderbilt University. And I'm really pleased to be a part of this video to describe very clearly to you why the Neuro chapter at Vanderbilt University is the Chapter of the Year. So a lot of your work is done now, and let's get on with awarding the grand prize to this great group of young men. What I've learned over the last several years is the young men who are a part of the Kappa Alpha Psi chapter at Vanderbilt have affected just about every aspect of campus life. They are leaders in many of our important organizations, including Vanderbilt Student Government and our Black Student Alliance. They are also leaders in our Mosaic Recruitment Weekend, when we bring a large group of underrepresented minority applicants to campus to show them the rich and diverse life that we have here on this campus. But these men don't just limit their efforts to this campus. They reach out to help others in need through their philanthropic works and their service activities, and they are among our most outstanding students. So I think there's one way that I can summarize what I feel about this group. The NuPes run the yard at Vanderbilt. Thank you very much.
You are now watching the throne. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone.